I'm going to shift gears here from the election to COVID-19 and want to bring on Gregory Harris, who's the CEO of VitaCorpo. Am I pronouncing that right?
We'll take that, but it's called VitaCorpo.
VitaCorpo. My apologies. Welcome to WBT. I wanted to bring you on today because, in fact, every morning when I come into work here and we employees go to the entrance, you have to go to this computerized detector. It's a screen that you go stand in front of, and it scans whether or not you're wearing a mask, and then it takes your temperature. And if you pass both of those, it lets you through. If you don't pass, then I don't know because I've never not passed, but apparently you got to walk back out to the parking lot and then I guess call your supervisor. You have, and your company has a new app, and basically the way I can say this, a safer workplace for employees, less risk and liability for employers, even in coronavirus times. There's an app for that, and I'm simplifying it there, but this essentially, Mr. Harris, gives some more lead time and allows some testing to be done via app at home, as I understand it.
No, that's correct. So VitaCorpo is a workplace readiness application that does remote scanning for the COVID-19 vitals, which are your temperature and your blood oxygen level, to determine if you are, according to CDC and your business, workplace ready to come into the office. A lot of people are using the scanning technology where people are coming into work and being scanned, or they're actually having their temperature taken. And what VitaCorpo does is that, we remove that liability of if that person might be infected, that risk is removed because that person is doing it at home, because if that person really is infected, then guess what? The people that they are standing around will be infected. So that's the remote capability of VitaCorpo. It also gives you that ability to do contact tracing, where you're able to understand who that person has been around, if that person was in the facilities. And it will also allow you to move on into the next phase of it, which is if the person is infected or fell in the vital test at home, and then the test results from a COVID-19 test could also be tracked within the application.
And this is really, it's about time more than anything, right? Lead time for employers and lead time for employees. And I was just talking before I got you on the air about the scenario here. If you have the symptoms in the scenario for where I work, and I'm sure this is, this is akin to a lot of places out there in the Charlotte area and beyond, you don't know if you test, if you have the symptoms that would prevent you from getting inside your workplace until you arrive at the doorstep. And this allows everybody involved to have some lead time. And I should also point out that VitaCorpo is a Charlotte-based technology with this application. It was developed right here, not far from where I'm talking right now.
That's absolutely correct. So we're homegrown, based out of Charlotte, North Carolina. And we saw a need that, the COVID pandemic, it was not anything that anyone expected. So when we saw a need that allowed us to use our background in technology and healthcare, we took that opportunity. There's always a business side of it, but there are personal sides of it, because we've all had family members who were or has been affected or died from this disease.
So is the app, is it up and running right now? Is it available to download yet?
That's correct. So VitaCorpo is available for download from the Google and Apple Store. So there are two options to the application. One option is a purchase option, but the other option is a free option, which is what we call our public pass, which is also entailed into the product. As for example, if you are a restaurant, the restaurant workers might be using the application, but the people coming in to eat within the restaurant could use a public pass to show the restaurant that, hey, we've taken our temperature and we don't have any vitals that brings about a risk of coming into the restaurant. And that could be utilized throughout school, churches, sporting events, you name it.
So how long has it been live?
Well, since the COVID-19 pandemic started, which was, I guess you would say, in January, so we've been live since about April or May.
Okay, so then how has the response been?
Oh, the response has been overwhelming. So just like any thing out on the market, we go through all the security checks. We have to be HIPAA compliant. And so as we're working through a lot of the nuances with a lot of businesses, a lot of schools, there's a roadway there that they're trying to onboard the app as soon as possible. We have to go through those checks.
All right, so VitaCorpo, a Charlotte-based initiative and company here, and I like to spotlight local initiatives like that where I can. And of course, in a year like this, everybody's trying to get through this together. They can learn more, as I understand it, by going to VitaCorpo.com. Correct?
That is absolutely correct, and we look forward to any questions that anyone might have, demos that they might require. We are a company that are providing, assistance and process with utilizing the application. So it's not just put it in and walk away. We want to partner with you because we understand that this is a serious pandemic.
Gregory Harris, the CEO of VitaCorpo. I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Have a great weekend. Right out of Charlotte here, VitaCorpo. You can find it in the App Store. And like I said, also get more information about the product and the app at VitaCorpo.com.